Our next guest works for the company Wallace and Co. Dennie Wallace founded the company back in 2016 when he noticed a gap in the local market here in the UAE for clean and higher quality soy wax candles. He's done so well. He was even the winner of the Majid Al Futtaim Accelerator program, and as a result, there's huge expansion plans underway. Heavy push to enter the KSA markets. There's also going to be a winter collection and the idea to go back to Europe and even further. And it's great to say that Dennie Wallace is joining us on the phone this afternoon. Dennie, thanks for your time and congratulations for all of your success.
Hi, Kitch. Thank you. Good to be here. Thank you for having me on.
No, it's great to have you here, and it's always great to hear of a local story about someone who set up a business here and is then being able to grow and expand to other areas. Candles are an interesting one because I was actually at a lunch yesterday, and candles seem something that socially men and women can have a lot now. It's sort of changed that there's no real... As you would say, it's not really conditioned of, it's something that mums only have. It can be a very manly thing to have candles nowadays.
It can have, if we're all honest, but still the statistics say I think 75% of candle purchases are made by women.
Interesting. I wasn't. Yeah. I mean, while at the candles, the section of any store, you will see men standing next to the women. It's obviously the women who are making the decisions.
Absolutely. So we do target women more than men, but it is a trend of a mandal, so a man's candle, coming into the market more and more.
I like that term, mandal. Talk us through the early ideas. Back in 2016, you launched the company Wallace and Co. What made you see this gap in the market, and what made you want to start up your own company?
Well, I had a gifting company before Wallace and Co, and we had a lot of requests for candles and room sprays and diffusers. And I noticed that there were no local manufacturers of those products. So we imported them from overseas at that time. Then we realised, wow, if we could actually manufacture in Dubai, we'd have a really good chance of creating a brand. And that's what we've done. And we stayed in the customisation space up until now. And now we're in the retail space.
Yeah, so you were saying this, you do the room sprays for some of the world's leading brands, including Breitling, Rolls-Royce, Maserati. When you're working with big companies like this that have, huge marketing budgets, but obviously, very, very strict marketing and branding guidelines, how much do they come to you with, here is exactly what we want and what we need to use in our scent?
Well, it can be really different. If a company has set fragrance rules, they will not allow us to go left or right, and we have to stay with exactly what they give us. And the same with design. They will design the product with our files, and then we simply manufacture it. Or if they don't have that in-house skill, they will say, hey, Wallace & Co, can you please give us some different fragrances, maybe Arabian, citrus or spa, and we'll choose. And or can you design the packaging for us as well, and we'll approve it once you've done it. So it depends on if they've got the skills in-house.
Mm-hmm. So which of the brands that, you've worked with has given us that kind of liberty, the most liberty, and said, listen, go wild, do whatever you want to, just we need to be happy with whatever you need to do?
Well, funny enough, the Bvlgari resort in Dubai used the international Bvlgari logo, obviously, but it's actually Bvlgari Hotels and Resorts. So it's the same logo, and we were really surprised that we could actually manufacture for Bvlgari Resort using the Bvlgari logo, of which we came up with the colour and the design and the scent for Bvlgari. So it's a huge international iconic brand to be manufacturing for, and we do that. We've done that for 6 years now.
That is incredible. It's a credit to you to have that company based here that's working with such an international brand. Growing up, my mum loved room sprays. Now, I know you make a line of room sprays. She'd always tell me, go around the room and do a couple of sprays. How much has the room spray market grown over the past couple of years?
Surprisingly, room sprays are our biggest selling product.
Really?
People think we're a candle company, but we're a home fragrance company, and room sprays are our top selling product. They leave a scent in the air for around 2 hours. So when people have got guests coming over, or they have something in their house, or even in their event space, the smell is really, really strong. And very popular for this region. Obviously, strong smell goes well.
And when it comes to scents, you're working in different markets. Are you able to say that there are certain scents like the lavender's more popular in the UAE than maybe the mandarin in Saudi Arabia?
No, we did think Arabian would go with oud and amber and, the heaviest smells, but it's converse to that, actually. The locals in the UAE prefer the softer smells like clementine, lily, frangipani, as opposed to what we would think they would like. And the international market actually go for the more local smells because it's more of a tourist and regional product. So they might take something home to the States or to the UK that's got oud and jasmine in it to actually say this is from Dubai. It's a very difficult market to actually find a particular niche because there's so many different nationalities here.
Yeah, I was reading about a bunch of candles, and in your profile it's written like soy wax candles. Now, how are these different from the regular wax candles?
Regular wax would typically be paraffin, which is a derivative of oil, so it's probably not the healthiest material to be using. Obviously, soy wax derives from a soybean, so it's a natural, clean burning wax that lasts slightly longer. So for the sustainability credentials and what you have in your house, soy wax is the best option.
I think smells are underrated. I know from having stayed at a few luxury hotels, I walk into, say, like an Intercontinental. Even if you go in there for a drink, you smell it and you go, oh yeah. That's the smell. that's the smell of that hotel. Is that sort of your aim, that you as a company at Wallace and Co, you'll have your own unique? You can walk into a room and go, oh, that's a Wallace and Co candle or room spray.
Absolutely. Some of our fragrances in our signature collection have been made specifically for us. And if you can think of, say, a Joe Malone's Lime, Basil and Mandarin is world-renowned. You know what that is when you smell it, and we hope to follow the same path so somebody can get that smell and know immediately that is a Wallace & Co. scent.
When it comes down to the one of the other things you smell, reed diffusers. I've always seen these something people buy to stuck in the guest bathroom to make it smell good when someone comes over. Can you explain to me the science of how they work? Because I see that, are they sticks made of bamboo, or what's the process?
There are a few different types of stick. Rattan, fibre are what we use, usually fibre, and so the fragrance disperses up the stick, and the fragrance molecules kind of float out from the stick and make their way up your nose, literally, to get the smell out. So the smell floats around the room, as opposed to when you burn a candle and the wax burns and the fragrance kind of is emitted from the flame. Actually, the sticks provide fragrance coming off for about 3 months. So it keeps a subtle smell in the room for about 3 months.
Right. So it's got something to do with the number of sticks that you put in that bottle?
Yes, and it will go down quicker the more sticks there are, and especially if you turn the sticks each week, you'll get a stronger smell, and it will, go quicker.
Now, you've actually partnering with a company called the House of Snobs as the first brick and mortar store in Europe. So you're launching. What part of Europe are you going to be launching your first store in?
We'd like to be in London. Obviously, we're a British brand based in Dubai, so London would be the next port of call for a flagship store outside of the UAE.
And you were also announced as one of the winners of the Majid Al Futtaim Accelerator Program. This is obviously, a great sort of badge or feather in your cap to have as a company. But what does that actually mean? What are the benefits of winning that program?
Well, Majid Al Futtaim is probably one of the best retail groups in the world, and so to have their assistance in things like visual merchandising, kiosk design, even business mentorship specifically in retail is a real asset to Wallace & Co. being, such a great company to work with. So they're going to really help us expand our retail footprint starting in the UAE. So we're really pleased with them.
And when you're looking at experimenting, I was going to say flavours, scents, Dennis, what scents tend to work better than others? Are there some flowers or are there some scents that just don't translate into working into room sprays or candles?
There would be. Obviously, ours have been designed specifically for them, so all of our signature scents work perfectly. You can go into a spa, you're probably going to smell lemongrass or something spa-like that might not work in somebody's living room. So it's very subjective, again, depending on the actual room of the house and what the smell is intended for, and sometimes the time of the day.
You mentioned this, right? That you go to a spa, you smell lemongrass, and it may not work for someone's room. So, what are those specifics, or are there any specifics that go well with bedrooms? There are specific fragrances that go well with drawing rooms and living rooms, or a gym for that matter.
It really can depend. A gym you would have more lively citrus fragrances that kind of give energy. Obviously, in a bedroom in the evening, you will be burning lavender and chamomile and something soothing to calm you down. So you can actually choose a fragrance depending on the mood you would like You can have wake up fragrances and calm down fragrances, basically.
No
And in
wonder.
the lounge, you'd have something in the middle.
No wonder when I get in my car, I'm like a very calm person because my car has always lavender. That's why I haven't got any speeding ticket so far.
Well,
I'll send you one of our sleep sprays, and it will really relax you. So let's see.
Well, we know more than anyone else. There's so much science that goes into, the relationship between smell and also memory. When it comes down to the science of it and certain smells, like what Neil was just referring to, how much of that relationship are businesses looking for in terms of certain scents, whether it be, to relax or to inspire or to just make you hang around the shop even longer?
Well, they're three separate things. I mean, to actually relax, we have developed kind of mood oils that can be put into all of our products. So if you're looking to rejuvenate or energize, here's a particular fragrance. If you're looking to calm down, if you're looking to sleep, we have a pillow drop oil that's going to literally put you to sleep. As soon as you put your head on the pillow and breathe in and exhale, you will, fall off. That's lavender based. And if you wanted to wake up in the morning, as soon as you wake up, you can spray with, lemongrass, cedar. That's going to sort of infuse your mind with this, energetic fragrance, and it will wake you up. So it's really, really different depending on the mood you're looking for.
Well, I think it's a credit to you, as we said.
On the mood you're looking for.
Well, I think it's a credit to you, as we said. You started business here, even though it's a UK company based here in the UAE in 2016, and so far you've sold how many? Is it 200,000 candles so far?
In our private label business, for I'd say over 500 different businesses, I think we've manufactured in our Dubai factory over 250,000 different candles and room sprays and incense and reed diffusers, for lots of different banks and government and hotels, as well as our own brand. So that's a lot of manufacturing.
Okay, so if we're starting a business and we want to have a good scent for a corporate boardroom, I don't want to have some lavender to relax everyone and put them to sleep. What would you recommend for someone to make you more lively? What was that scent you recommended for the morning, Dennis?
I'll go with vetiver and cedar.
Lovely.
Which is a real fresh, zingy scent that will keep you alert in a meeting.
You see, I like that. I don't want to smell like flowers. I want to smell like I've come out of the woods.
Mm.
Yeah,
so like forest dew would be a good one. I'll send you some in.
Wonderful. Well, if you do want to get more details, the website is Wallace and Co. Wallace and Co. You can find out about everything from candles, reed diffusers, and also room sprays, which you said were your most popular. Dennis, congratulations on all of your success. It's really great to hear about a UAE locally grown success story.
Thank you. It's been great.